Welcome back to Prime Time Sports here on WHFH 88.5 FM Flossmoor. I'm your host, Jotham Israel, and we have a lot of news to get into. But first, let's talk a little bit about the HF basketball team. They'll have a tough test on their hands tomorrow night in their rivalry game against the Lincoln Way East Griffins. This new-look Vikings team is built around their two 6'7" big men in Chad Reddy and Christian Meeks. Reddy is the only returning starter for the Vikings, and he looks to cap off his HF basketball career by leading this team to an undefeated season in conference play. His partner in crime, Christian Meeks, had a great sophomore campaign coming off the bench last year and gained a lot of recognition from Division I schools this past AAU season. The Vikings are also full of talent at the guard position with Governor State commit Ty Walters and Daniel Reed, who transferred from Marist this past fall to come back and play in his hometown. Kendrick Pryor will round out the starting five for the Vikings at the small forward position and will have to step up and play a key role for a team that lost 4 of its 5 starters and 10 players overall from the 2019 team. Can the Vikings continue their hot streak with a big conference win? We'll have to see tomorrow night.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this Friday night matchup between the Lincoln Way East Griffins and the Homewood Flossmoor Vikings. Hi, everybody, I'm Joe Sullivan, and boy, do we have a rivalry on our hands tonight. 2 of the best teams in the South Suburbs will battle it out in this SWFC Conference rivalry. Last year, the Vikings took care of business beating the Griffins twice, once at Lincoln Way East by a score of 64-43, and the other at home on their senior night with a 70-55 win. But tonight, the Griffins will look to make a statement and upset the Vikings on their own floor. Coming off their 75-46 win in their season opener against Lockport, the Vikings will have a much tougher task with this talented Griffin squad. Key players to watch out for HF will be the seniors Kenton Pryor and Ty Walters. Nice bucket right there by the sophomore Tolliver as he starts off the day for the Griffins. Pryor drives through traffic and turns the ball over for the Vikings. Tolliver at the point. Dishes it to his fellow sophomore Khalil Ross, and Ross throws a nice pass in the lane to George Bellevue for the layup, and the Griffins come rolling out of the gates with a 7-0 run. Here's Christian Meeks down low, and the big man scores the Vikings' first bucket. Walter drives the lane, pulls up, and his shot is tipped, but Meeks with the board and put back for his second straight field goal. Tolliver at the top of the key. Reed almost steals it, but Tolliver takes it to the hole and lays it in. Rough start for the Vikings, down 8 early here in Flossmoor. Jack Vedker shooting his second attempt at the line after missing the first one, and he makes the second. Meeks drives to his left, stumbles a little bit, loses the ball, picked up by Succa, cut off by Walters, loose ball on the floor. Reed tips it to Reddy. Reddy with a 2-on-1 fast break, takes it to the rim, and slams it down! Chad Reddy puts Succa on a poster! Oh my Lord! Walters to Rubin, to Reddy, spins right, and puts up a nice hook shot with the left hand. Daniel Reed at the point now, sees the ball screen, decides to go right, pulls up for a mid-range shot, and it's good. Vikings bring pressure with the full court press. Ball's thrown away. Brazelton picks it up. Out to Reed. Back to Brazelton. Back to Reed. Reed to Reddy. Reddy with the pump fake, takes one dribble, and makes the 17-footer. It's all tied up after one here in Flossmoor, Illinois. Walters brings it up the floor. Throws a beautiful bounce pass to Robert Brazelton, and it's swatted away by the sophomore Bellevue. Meeks at the line, 4 for 5 on the year. Make that 5 for 6. Walters to the rack after another Griffins turnover. Reddy looks, fakes, tries to force a pass to Brazelton, and the ball is tipped away. Bellevue dives for the loose ball, and Reddy goes with, and it looks like it's going to be a jump ball, which will mean Griffins possession. Walters hasn't missed from the stripe this year as he sinks that one. Lincoln Way East playing great defense here as Walter tries to make something happen, drives through the lane, and it's blocked. Meeks with the rebound, and he loses it. Meeks with the spin move and the soft pass to sophomore Rubin as he scores with the foul.
Put the Griffins up by 4
Final seconds of the first half. Here's the lefty Ross with the big three deep, and it falls. Khalil Ross with a big three to put the Griffins up by 4 at the half. The Vikings got to get some stops here on defense and have to take care of the ball if they want to take control. Look for Coach Condotti to change a few things come the second half.
What this game's going to come down to is the third one. Okay, you figured this one out after they burned you. Okay, you figured this one out after we were down 8-9-0. Okay, now it's going to come down to this: who can execute those situations. Unfortunately, both teams have had about 4 days to practice. Okay, so we got to keep going where we've been hurting them, which is in this area here. Eventually, they're going to get tired. Eventually, their shot ain't going to go in. Okay, eventually, guys are going to sit down with fouls. So there's a reason there's 2 halves. Everything went their way in the first half. Okay, if everything goes their way in the second half, okay, maybe we lose the game, but I don't think it's going to happen. All right? Start. Can't be like the first 2 minutes of that first quarter. Okay? Game's on.
HF looking to start a groove on offense. Ruben to ready. Ready? Good. Griffins can't seem to get any offense running here as HF's playing great defense. Walters on the fast break, and the contact layup is good. Walters again with the easy transition layup. Walters pump fakes, drives, scoops it, and scores it. Ready to Jabry Johnson, who swings it to Walters off the ball screen. Walters hits the mid-range jumper. Walters to the rack and hits the reverse layup for the Vikings. Another easy layup as Walters finds his 20th point here on the day. How about this? Ty Walters with a phenomenal second half to put the Vikings at a comfortable lead in the fourth quarter. A minute and a half to go, and it looks like the Homewood Flossmoor Vikings are going to take the battle of the Blue Bloods here in this heated SWSC conference matchup. Great performance by Ty Walters, who ends up with 22 points along with Christian Meek's 16 points. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The buzzer goes off, and the Vikings will take this one, handling the Griffins 75-60. They move on to 2-0 and will make their way to Sandburg next Tuesday. For everyone here at Viking Television, I'm Joe Sullivan. Farewell and good night from Flossmoor, Illinois.
I think everything played out kind of like we expected from start to finish, and that's what should happen. Okay, the big difference in this game, okay, whether they've been in the program or not, our guys that have played varsity basketball before, that have experience, that have been in the program, played harder, wanted it more, okay, and just went out there and took care of business more than their experienced guys did.